Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Edward. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, here we do HelloFresh recipes, we do Blue Apron recipes, I do some Disney things, we do some Sandra Lee things. Today we are doing another HelloFresh mystery recipe, but it is a little bit different. So normally I take one HelloFresh recipe, just the ingredients, and I make a dish without looking at the recipe itself. Today, a little bit different. I am taking two recipes, so I have all the ingredients for two recipes. Again, no steps or anything like that, and I'm just going to throw two different dishes together. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about our ingredients here. This is going to be a two-part video, so part one is going to be our first recipe, and then part two is going to be the second one. So for our two types of proteins, I have chicken cutlets and I have tilapia fillets. So I have a chicken and I have a fish. I've got some green onion. We have 2 lemons. I've got a bunch of carrots. We have some parsley. And then for the starches, I've got some Israeli couscous and some white basmati rice. We have 2 packages of sliced almonds. I've got 1 little package of chicken base. I've got a little packet of roasted garlic herb butter. And I have a cute little jar of apricot preserves. And then for the final part, we have a really nice selection of spice blends. Normally in these recipes you get maybe 1 spice blend, but here I have 4, so I'm really excited to kind of try these out. The first one is just some crushed chili flakes, so just some red chili flakes. We have a fiery smoked red chili harissa powder. There is what is called a fry seasoning that has paprika, garlic, and onion. And then I also have an all-spiced Grand Bazaar Turkish spice blend. So that is quite a mouthful. That has garlic, cumin, coriander, allspice, and Aleppo pepper. Alright, so like I said, you guys, this is a 2-part video. So I'm going to save the second recipe. That will be a little bit of a mystery. So I'm going to hold on to that. But let's talk about our first recipe. So the first one is going to be our chicken recipe. The chicken itself in the package was a little bit leaky. Some of the chicken juice was starting to come out, so I was like, you really need to do that first. So for the chicken, what I've decided to do is we're going to take our sliced almonds. I'm going to crush these up and add a little bit of panko breadcrumbs, and we're going to do an almond crusted chicken. I'm going to cook that in the oven. I haven't decided if I'm going to sear it first on the stove or if I'm just going to put it directly into the oven. And then I'm going to use the apricot preserves as well as a plum in my fridge and some ricotta cheese to make sort of like a creamy stone fruit sauce to go with it. So that's going to go with these two. I'm going to take the bulk of the carrots, so most of these, we're going to roast these down with the harissa powder. So they're going to be a nice sort of smoky, spicy roasted carrot. That's going to go along with it. And then I'm going to take our basmati rice and I'm going to use probably just a little bit of this Turkish spice blend in with the cooking rice. I might add in some golden raisins because I love golden raisins in like rice and couscous, so I might do that. And then we're just going to kind of cook that up as the side. Now the remaining ingredients, I'm going to use a lemon too. The remaining ingredients I'm going to save all for our second recipe, so our fish recipe, so you will have to tune in to see that one. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, you guys, is I'm just going to start breading the chicken. I'm going to start getting my veg in the oven. I'm going to get the rice kind of going. I don't think that this one should be too involved, nothing too crazy, not a lot of cooking methods here, a lot of stuff kind of going on in the background. So I will be back in just a couple seconds once everything is prepped. Alright, see you then. Alright you guys, so we are back. I've got my pan heating up with some oil in here. And then, as you saw kind of in my little time-lapse video, I've got my almond crusted chicken here. So this is crusted with panko and with almonds. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get I'm going to put these in my pan, and I'm going to kind of brown each side, and then I'm going to put them on this pan and finish them off in the oven where the carrots are kind of cooking away. Alright, so I've got my oil going. It's pretty hot, like it's kind of smoking. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in. Not quite hot enough. Meanwhile, over here I've got my plums that I've cut up for my stone fruit sauce, and I've kind of tossed them with just a little bit of lemon to keep them from oxidizing. My rice is cooked as well. It's just kind of sitting and hanging out. I added in some golden raisins to it. I think I'm also going to add in some Marcona almonds too. A little bit darker than I probably would have wanted. I guess like when I turned up the heat, it was probably just a little too hot, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to pop these guys in the oven to let them finish cooking the rest of the way, and I will see you guys back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so while the chicken is in the oven and it is finishing up, I'm going to go ahead and put the sauce together. So I've got my pan preheating here, I've got my plums, I've got my apricot preserves, I got a little bit of water, and then I also have the chicken base. Grab that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of gently simmer. I'm going to kind of cook up the plums just a little bit so they're not super raw. Melt some butter here. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and add in my water. Alright, so the chicken broth has kind of reduced down just a little bit. The fruit is softened up nicely. Very good. So what I'm going to do is I turned it down to just a bare simmer, and I'm going to add in our apricot preserves. Swirl that in. Alright, turn off the heat, and off the heat I'm going to swirl in a tiny bit of butter and a little bit of ricotta. So, final product, you guys. We are all done. So here I have my almond crusted chicken. I've got my basmati rice with a little bit of that Turkish seasoning. I added in some golden raisins and some Marcona almonds in there as well for a little texture. Here I have my harissa roasted carrots. I tried these carrots. They're a little bit spicy. They're kind of on the spicy side. And then finally I've got my little toast points that I've used a little bit of that roasted butter, or that roasted garlic butter on. So let's go ahead and put everything together. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of the rice. That's right towards the back. I'm going to take some of this stone fruit sauce here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this chicken into slices. Take this guy here. Some of these carrots. Toast. I'm going to finish it off with some of these plums here. Over the top. Alright, there is the final product. Nice look right there. Looks pretty good. Not sure exactly what the intended recipe is. I'm going to save that reveal for the actual recipe for part 2. So please join me next time, you guys, to see the second part of this recipe. As always, thanks for watching, you guys. Please do like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear what you guys think. If this looks good to you, if I'm crazy, what you would do differently, all that stuff is really great. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I will see you guys with part 2 and the second part of our recipe.